Alrighty, traders. Hello, everyone. John Howell here. Welcome to today's update. Before I get into these charts right here, I want to talk about something, guys. That I want to talk to you about something that I want to talk to you about something that me and my clients were talking about today, and hopefully this helps you on your journey before I actually get to the actual charts. Now, there's two big things that we're actually talking about because, again, guys, I'm actually with my clients every single day, right? We're trading, we're doing things, and I'm with them every single day. You'd like to join us, become an Inner Circle member, second in the description, click on that, apply, I will call you. And so here's the thing, guys, right? So I was talking with my clients today about, and you may relate to this, right? There's two big things I really want to share with you when I was talking with them today, okay? Firstly, by the way, greens, baby, greens. One of the big, there's, again, two things. The first thing we're talking about today was, we're talking about how discipline, right? There's a discipline approach. One of the hardest things about trading is not the actual trading system. I can teach you my trading system, or the system that I trade, and I can deliver that to you. Now, the hard part about trading is what? Is actually then following that only, right? Because I can teach you the setup, but then suddenly, what if there's no trades for a week or two? Now, that's the reason why most people are not successful, right? Because now their discipline is low. It's like, I just want to trade, right? I want to trade today so I can make money today. And I was actually talking with a guy yesterday on the phone who did fill out that application form and applied for the coaching. And so the whole thing about what I was saying to him was that the hard thing about trading, right? The hard thing about trading and trading these markets over here is, there you go. This thing's over here, right? This thing over here, called the market. One of the hardest things, right, is understanding the flow of the nature of the beast throughout the year. See, if you ever sign up to a program that says, make $200 a day, what a load of crap. What a load of bullshit, right? Make $1,000 a week. What a load of crap. Because as you go through your trading, you realize that, one, if you're following a system, that some weeks are going to be active and some weeks are not. Some months are going to be active and some months not, right? I remember last year, I think there was maybe once or twice where I went for about a whole month with no trades at all. So it's understanding the flow, but when there's no trades at all, then it's in those moments where if you let your impatience become involved, guess what? That's where you go down here, right? Because because most people believe that, I'm looking to make an income from trading, and they go to the market thinking it's a job. So therefore, I'm looking at the market today, I'm looking to trade today so I can make money today, right? They're treating it like a job, and successful trading is not like that, right? Throughout the year, you might have 2, 3, maybe even 4 quiet periods, a couple of weeks, maybe even a month of no trades, right? And so, like, for example, myself, the last 2 weeks, we've only had one really good trade, right? In the last 2 weeks, but it's only been one good trade. Now, by the way, that one really good trade, we're still in, and it's a very, very nice profitable trade for us, right? So it's like, what do you want to make? Do you want to make money or stuff like that? So the big thing we're talking about was that not letting that discipline drop, right? Because I was talking about that in the trading room today. We're talking about this in the trading room today, that we're talking about how that when it's quiet, and I was telling them about this right now, like, yeah, we're in a really good trade and we're doing really well, but then from us, I was saying that I personally want to get into some more opportunities. But I said, but if there's no opportunities the market's presenting itself right now, I can't let my discipline drop and just get into any ordinary thing. Because you know yourself, right? You know yourself. When you start to just get into maybes, or I hope, or I just want to make a little bit of money, you start to go down that path and not, I'm getting into this trade right now because it's an amazing setup. You go down that path, you know what happens, right? It's like, oh man, just blows it. You just blow yourself out of the markets, right? Because then you start to go through, and what ends up happening, right? When you start to drop your discipline, you start becoming impatient, you start to take maybe trades, not really good setups, right? But just maybe trades. Then guess what happens? When you go through those periods, you lose money, But that's not the worst part. The worst part is that then when a really good setup does come around, now you're too scared and too nervous to even take that. So now the trade you should have taken, you lose money, and the trade that you should have taken because it didn't meet the rules makes good money, and you don't even take that. And right? And you blow yourself out of the markets. So we're talking about that today, guys, is about that journey there of the mindset that most people don't consider when they're looking at these markets. People just say, give me a good trading system, John, and I am all over it. No. Right? No. You guys know yourself, right? You know yourself. You've been trading the markets for a while. You know it's that self-management of, no, I'm not going to take any ordinary thing today. Myself, right? Last 2 weeks, we've only had one really good trade. Now, again, that one really good trade, we're actually still in right now, and it's still doing very nicely for us. So, but then guess what? I know when it might be tomorrow, it might be next week, when that next trade does click around, and when that does, guess what? Most of those trades make profits. My job is, guess what? It's just to continue to be patient. So if there's not a trade for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, guess what? Don't take any bullshit. Because guess what? When the really good trade does come around, you'll be confident because you've been patient to put a bit more money on that trade, a bit more risk on that trade, because you know it's a highly successful trade. And then that thing runs on and makes it really good profit. Make sense? So that's what's going to happen through there. And also the second thing I want to talk about before I get into these charts, the second I want to talk about is the journey of what most traders go through. And the reason why I was talking about that is because I was talking with one of my clients today, is I can see what he's gone through, right? And every trader that you see that does really well online, I've been trading the markets now for myself for 20 years this year, okay? And that's the reason why I give away, again, link in the description, that give away that free trading course. That free trading course that I give away is all about just teaching you exactly some things that's really helped me. You know, like one of the videos is the top 30 mistakes that I've made over the last all that time, and trading systems and so much more in that link in the description there. But the whole thing about what I was talking to my clients is that every trader that you see that's done really well out of trading, most of them have gone through the valley of despair. And you may be there right now. I've been there, where you spend years buying courses, buying systems, testing out, trying to get ahead, wanting to make money, not getting ahead, blowing your accounts up, going backwards, losing money, small profits, big losses, system to system to system. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh man, I just can't get this. I've been spending years and years and years trying to get ahead in the markets, and now I have nothing to show for it. You may be there right now, right? And if you are, I feel for you, because I felt the same way. Like, I'm not joking, guys. There was a time there where I was $250,000. Had to sell everything up and move in with my mother and father-in-law, which I just married their daughter 6 months prior. Can you imagine that? 6 months prior, I'm the man, 6 months later, not now. I moved with my mother and father-in-law, and I borrowed $5,000 from my father-in-law at the time, and I put it into a trading account, and that night, I lost 50% of that account. That night. I stayed up trading the futures markets. I live in Australia. And I stayed up trading the US futures markets, the Nasdaq and Russell and E-mini and stuff like that, even the S&P. And because I really didn't understand what I was doing, I didn't know the path ahead, right? I didn't actually know what I was doing, because I was still really going through this process of learning, like, what do I focus on? How do I really get ahead? You know, and I didn't really have a coach at that time. That's the reason why coaching is so important. That's the reason why when it comes to my coaching program, I'm with you every day, right? Because that's what it's about there. And you know, guys, and I remember losing that money, and I went to bed just crying. I'm like, this is like 3-4 years into my trading, and that's all I had to show for it was $250,000 there, almost going bankrupt, and now I've just lost 50% of my father-in-law's money who lent me that. And guess what he asked me the very next morning, right? Because he knew I stayed up all night trading. Guess what he asked me? How'd you go last night? Please don't ask me. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go to bed and cry, right? Now I know that's not a manly thing to say, but I'm just telling you guys, like, I trade successfully now because of all the bullshit the last 20 years I've gone through. Now, here's what I do say. The reason why I bring this story up is because I was telling one of my clients today, and I can see it with one of my clients today actually. He's trading really, really, really well lately. And the reason, and I said to him that, you know, you're trading really well right now because you didn't quit and you just kept going and you just kept getting better. And obviously he got it, you know, he come to the best coach on the planet, me, of course. Right? The thing that I was saying to him was that, you know, it's like well, I've been there as well too, right? The valley of despair. Despair is just like you can't talk to anyone because most people don't understand the trading arena. Talk to anyone, it's like it's gambling, it's this blah blah blah, get a real job, all that sort of shit you go through, right? And I said to him that I've been there so many times, like with the valley of despair, but because I didn't quit, but when I didn't quit, and then I actually went and got some coaching from my mentor, and really started breaking down what were the characteristics of successful trades, and going over all my trades. These are the trades I've taken in the last month, the last 2 months, the last 3 months. Why was this successful? Why is this successful? Why was this not successful? What was I thinking at the time? Why did I get into this trade? And when I start to break down the characteristics of the trade setup, but then also my own thinking, you start to what? You start to slowly get better. And then you get out of the valley of despair, and then now you're actually up there, right? And that's where, unfortunately, most people, when they get to the valley of despair, right, and what that is that they get a little bit of progress, they're excited, then they go through a bit of a hard time, and then they quit that thing, right, that trading system, that approach, and then they go back and I'm now looking for the Forex trading system. Oh no, it's the crypto trading system. Oh no, it's a scalping system. Oh no, it's this, and right? I call it the crack circle of doom because it's just circle. How I've ended up getting to where I am right now is I've gone from here, right? And if I had my dips, and then I keep going. But because I stayed here, and especially the last 10 years, I really stayed on the path of really focusing on one really good high probability approach, and then me focusing on that and me training my eye to be able to really see the patterns clearly. That's the big thing. And then on top of all that, laying over it with some really good discipline. Discipline simply means that, yeah, I haven't had any trades in 2 weeks. Now, and this is actually what's happening for me right now. I haven't had any trades in 2 weeks. Now, we did take a trade a couple of weeks ago, and we're still in that trade, and we're making really good money in that trade. We're letting our profits run, but I want to get into more opportunities. I can't take it. I can't. Otherwise, I'm going to lose money. But guess what? It's going to be well worth it, because next week, or tomorrow, or next week, or who knows when that really good trade comes around, guess what? Boom! I'm going to take it with a really good large amount of money, with good risk management in my account. It's going to make a really good profit, and trading is going to be easy. And when we start to slow ourselves down within that period where there is no trades, again, because most people, because if you haven't been part of if you've been part of the markets, if you haven't been part of the markets for a few years, you might not know, but there's a season to your trading. There's very active periods where the market's giving you a lot of good opportunities with this system, and there's quiet periods. The quiet periods is where most people go wrong. So anyway, guys, let's get in the market. Let's get into the charts. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So market update. Let's have a look at what's going on with the markets right now. Guys, traders, right now, guess what? Market is strong, isn't it? Market is super strong. And you just see what actually happened with gold today as well too, right? Gold basically did exactly what I thought it was going to do when I talked about that in yesterday's update. But today, let's have a quick little short-term analysis of what I'm seeing right now when it comes to these markets. As you can see, this thing is just powering on up. But the really cautionary tale right now is what actually comes next. I'm still waiting for that pullback, and it will come, guys, right? And for anyone that says that's not, it's just like, tell me when, like, zoom your charts out, right? Look at this here. Zoom your charts out in history and tell me that when the market just keeps going up. Like, this is the most vertical it's been in a long time. Whenever we do go through vertical periods, crash. Up, at least a big pullback through here, right? Up, that was up. See what it's like, that's what you go through, right? You never just keep going up. So if you're just saying, the market's just going to keep going up because we're in this, it's like, you may be right? But I don't want to be trading with right. Remember I said at the start of the video, right? Remember I said at the start of this, or that me on camera. Guess what did I say? Oh, we need to apply some discipline. And discipline means that we don't want to let our emotions getting involved with us right now. So anyway, on a short-term level basis, guys, what I'm seeing right now is I am seeing that, like, when are we going to see that pullback? When are we going to see that drop? Now, guys, one thing I do see is this level here. This is a big key area that I'm watching for right now. On the S&P 500, I'm seeing this whole level through here, around that 5,200 level. What is this? Because that was through there, and now guess what? We're broken up. Do we now hold here and start to reverse? That's going to be the big key, right? That's going to be the big key for us to say, okay, now we're getting, this is a false breakout, end of trend. And then we're probably likely to see the move on the downside. So I want to see, do we get something like this? Do we hold here and then break back down like this? Because if we do, then we know, guess what? Now, this whole movement to the upside has now come to an end. In fact, as you can see, there's actually a bit of a trend line there, isn't it? Right, through there. There you go. Right, that'll be it through there. We start to break below that, then we know we're going to, because that's that short-term picture, right? Short-term's last couple months. The big picture is what? Look at this here. Look at this, just powering on up, right? So that's the S&P 500, and even the same thing for the Dow Jones, right? Now the Dow Jones, if you like, the Dow Jones has basically done nothing for since February. But one thing we do see is the same sort of thing. Same sort of thing through here, as you can see, right? That's that whole level through there. We did have a move up and we popped back to the upside. Oh, I don't know, guys. There's a massive cautionary tale right here, right? Caution right now in these markets. Market caution, right? Market caution. I'm just trying to think about some thumbnails that I can use for my videos right now. That's what I'm saying that. So it's not clickbait. So this is that resistance over there around 39,200. If we do hold and we start to break down to the downside through here, guess what, guys? Oh, here we go, right? Here we go. Bam, on the downside. If this happens, guys, that's look at this here, because it's just gone up and then sideways. If we've gone up and then break back down, false breakout, and away we go in the markets. Quick little update on silver and gold. And I talked about this with silver and gold yesterday, guys. I said, I don't believe it's ready yet to go for a move, right? If you watch yesterday's update, you'll be able to see what I say. I don't believe it's ready for a move yet. And what I did say was that I believe that we need to wait for at least this moving average to catch up. And then we do something like this. And then we get going, right? And that's exactly what's actually happened now with the gold price. That's exactly what I'm still seeing right now. And also, looking at the silver price, is look at this here. I talked about this with silver yesterday. I said, we're going to be very careful here because we've been going up. Very careful. What does that even mean, be careful? Like, be careful. Like, no. To me, guys, this is definitely a warning sign to not get involved with silver right now, at least on a short-term level, on a trading basis. And the reason why is because there's massive resistance at $25.50 and $26. And I talked about this level through here being resistance and the top up through and through resistance. And look what happened. Complete and utter rejection. And why did I say that? Because we've been going up, and now we've got the rejection. Why did we get the rejection? We've already been going up for quite some time, and we're at the resistance level as well when it comes down to all of that there, guys. So the one thing I also want to talk about as well is I want to talk about the good old Bitcoin, right? Let's have a quick little Bitcoin. Bitcoin, look at this here, came down through here, down through to the moving average, and then bounced through here. The short-term analysis of Bitcoin now is that we need to see what actually happens through here, because the big key level you want to watch for is the around about 50% level, this level here. So 50% of this low to high point, you want to be careful, want to be watching this level here, because if the market does come down through here and then hold, and then we bounce, this was just a move up, a move down, and then a move back up again when it comes to the good old Bitcoin there. But that's around about that 50% of this bar here. Now, if it breaks 50% of that bar, right, and we do this and we do this, guess what? Then we're probably going to come back down towards these, around this. Oh, sorry, this is Ethereum.
Ethereum. I was gonna say Bitcoin is like no, not Ethereum, right? So Ethereum there, and then also the same for Bitcoin as well too. But this is Ethereum right now. So Ethereum, I said Bitcoin, didn't I? Yeah. So Ethereum back down to around about that 2,600 level. But the same thing for the Bitcoin chart as well too, right? We're right at this 50% level. If we cannot hold and we break down, then we're probably going to come back down even more when it comes to the good the Bitcoin chart there. So there we go, traders. Hope this helped you out. Traders, make sure you grab that free trading course, link in the description. And also, if you'd like to become an Inner Circle client with me, then click that second in the description there, guys. Click on it, apply, and I'll personally call you.